may as well get started. So, good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. It's getting warm, like really, really warm out, in case anyone hadn't noticed that. But so super excited. This is our first combined managers call with Miss Lesia and her team. So I figured we're gonna start out with somewhat, I want to say kind of the basics, but I know for whatever level you're at, it's just a nice friendly reminder with, everything that comes with leadership. And again, these calls are strictly leadership calls for you to know how to lead your team. Whoever your sponsor is, your upline is, like, we're all here to help guide you, but it's up to you to lead your team. And I feel like it's a lot more fun when it's in your hands. So these calls are meant to help you, support you, and help you grow your team yourself. So what I want to train on tonight is how you go from the soloist to the conductor on your team. Now, one of the first and most important shifts, anyone must take to become a leader is from the soloist to a conductor, right? So you can be a successful person on your own, but not a successful leader. Just think about this quote: you can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Think about that quote. Is your leadership focused on the right path, or is it on the wrong path? Are you the soloist who wants the entire orchestra to serve you and your agenda? If so, then you definitely need to make that shift to the conductor, who works to bring out the best in everyone around them, which I'm definitely gonna be diving into, right? So leadership is all about how you can help others, not just yourself. So make that shift from that me to a we. So the potential of a group is always greater than that of an individual. People working together possesses limitless possibilities. They can work together to do something greater than themselves. Now, when you transition from a soloist to a conductor, there are some realities you're going to have to face, and we're going to go through that. So even if you're a team of 1, team of 5, whatever it is, you're going from the me to a we. So first, the first one is you're gonna go slower, okay? So you can go farther. Now, I'm not telling you to pump the brakes, right? Just understand me here. You know that saying, it's lonely at the top? You hear a lot of people say about leadership. Think about that statement. If you're at the top all alone, where are the people you're supposed to be leading? Shouldn't they be at the top with you? If you're at the top alone, it means you took off ahead of your people and left them behind. Now, if you climb the peaks of success alone, you are not a leader. You're a hiker. You're a leader only if you have your people with you. Your pace will be slower, but you will journey together. Okay, and I know for many of us, that is a shift that we all go through as we grow our team and we grow our business. Choose your steps so that you can help others climb with you. Now, a leader's natural inclination is to run fast on their own and climb as high as they can. Been there, done that. But to lead others successfully, leaders need to travel with their people, not run or climb ahead of them. So by doing so requires a leader to do a little bit of dancing. Right? As you lead, your position in a group can't be static, right? You can't just be the same thing all the time. So you must step ahead of people, but staying close enough to them to see you, okay? Be there. Step aside people. Step aside them, listening to them and talking about their journey, and also step behind them, sharing words of encouragement to keep them going. You're gonna have to be the do-it-all, right? So doing this dance keeps you connected to your people and energizes everyone in your team. It's not all about the leader. It's about everyone who's on the team. Being a good leader is about helping people reach their potential. That doesn't happen unless the leader is willing to slow down and take the journey with them. Okay, so the next reality you'll have to face is that you need to recognize that you need others. You need others to be successful, okay? You can't produce, this is it's interesting. I go from music to farming, so just totally bear with me on this. You can't produce the music of an orchestra when you're trying to be a one-man band, right? Only by working together and helping one another would we be able to become successful. Create an environment where we can all work together to add to one another's strengths and offsets, one another's weaknesses. Make it your goal to cultivate an environment where we put completing one another ahead of competing with one another. Notice that there's a difference between the two attitudes. Okay, how is your team? What's the culture you're putting out there? Are you making it competitive? Competing has a scarcity mindset. Thinks, win or lose. They think practices single thinking and excludes others. Completing has an abundance mindset. Thinks win or win. Everyone wins. Practices shared thinking and it includes others. A completing culture lifts morale and encourages your team to make one another better. And I know in our bond, that's fully like what we strive on is by helping others, right? The third reality that you're gonna have to face is making an effort to understand others. Many high achievers are able to work alone. Absolutely. Like good soloists, musicians who choose to play, let's say in the subway, they can create music without the assistance of another musician. Right? I mean, I'm picturing me beating on pots and pans, but I can't do music. But it's also true that some soloists are so talented that others are willing to work with them, okay? Even if the soloist is egotistical and inconsiderate, they work with them. But no one can become a good conductor without making the effort to understand people. When people lead without taking the time or making the effort to understand those who are trying to follow them, the results can be tragic. Okay, you must consider everyone else. You have to understand and embrace their thoughts, their desires, their talents, contribution, and journey. Listen, I'd share my screen, but totally going not off topic, but side note is that every person I sign up on my team, I have an Excel spreadsheet. So all my ladies that I've directly sponsored, I have a spreadsheet with your name of why you joined, what you do. That way I can always come back to that, right? Like, if Mackenzie's having a bad day, I'm like, girl, I know why you signed up, right? I'm going to refresh your memory on exactly why you're doing this. And that's just beneficial to have, not as leverage, but that nice reminder, right? Understanding them and your people and their journey and their, what gets them through, right? Because some people are okay with tough love. Some people aren't. So you have to understand. You just need to understand that. So to be able to lead properly, you just need to understand how it feels to be led. Okay, so now we're going to dancing here. In the tango, you can't lead without having a sense of the follower. The followers have to be able to trust the leader, and she must be able to move with him in tide with the music, right? Only together can they accomplish the dance. So the fourth reality you're going to face with leadership is wanting others to shine more than you do. Going off the tango, the dancer who leads sets up the dancer who follows for success. The leader provides the foundation and makes it possible for both of them to successfully execute the intricate steps and kicks. As a result, the follower gives the tango its full expression. The more secure and solid the leader is, the more the follower is able to shine. Good leaders who conduct rather than go solo want the people who work with them to shine. So how do you do that? Think like this. Before I say, follow me, I find you. Before I ask you to listen to me, I must first listen to you. What is it that you want? Why are you doing this? When I show you the big picture, you're in it. When I point to success, I point to you. Often you may hear me say, I need you, but then you discover you needed me. After the journey, we're both exhausted, but after the victory, you hold the trophy. Good leaders do what they can to put others in position to win. Every day, you should wake up looking for opportunities to lift people up. It's simple, okay? See the possibilities in everyone on your team, everyone that's going to be on your team. Honor them in front of others, right? In your group chats or online, whatever it is, honor them. Invite them to help achieve the vision. Notice when they do well and compliment them. And I see that all the time in many of my team's group chats is they're like, oh my God, so-and-so made an order. And oh, she signed up a teammate, congratulations. Like, hype that stuff up, recognize that, and then thank them to make sure they know that they're valued for all that they're doing, right? Like this business is for them, but you're also recognizing like, yeah, your progress, your growth does help me too. That is how you help others shine. Okay, so it's not all about you, it's how do you get them to rise up. So the final reality is helping others to become better every day. To become a successful leadership conductor, you must go slower so you can go farther. Recognize that you need others, make the effort to understand others, and want others to shine more than you do. But you will also need to learn how to do things every day that help people you lead to improve. This requires taking the focus off of yourself and looking for ways you can help others reach their potential. Now, I'm not saying quit building your business. I'm saying lean into theirs and shine into them. Okay? Think about this. This really was like kind of digs deep. Think about your teammates. There are 3 questions your teammates ask of you. 3 questions. Okay? This is what your teammate asks. So I'm just gonna point out, Max, you have a teammate. She's gonna ask you 3 of these questions, mentally asking you. Do you care for me? Does Max care for me? Can I trust her? Can she help me? That's what your teammates are asking of you. When they sign on, they believe that you're gonna care for them, that they can trust you, and that you can help them get what they want. So be sure you're able to answer yes to all 3 of those questions for each teammate on your team. And I love how there's chats going, and I always forget that, but thank you. Love you all. So what I want you to do now is change your focus from receiving to giving. You need to make that shift from how people can help you and focus on how you can help them and how you can add value to them. Sowing always precedes reaping. Right? We're getting to the farmer mindset now. As leaders, our question each day shouldn't be, will I reap a harvest? Instead, it should be, have I sowed seeds today? Are you trying to add value or are you trying to take value? Are you focused on receiving or are you focusing on giving? Give more than you take. Focus on sowing, not reaping. As leaders, we need to maintain a seed sowing mindset. So what exactly does that mean? It means you should focus on adding value daily. It should be adding as much value as possible, as often as possible. Never, ever, ever wait to add value at any time. Give without keeping score, so motives stay pure. And I'll touch a little on a few of these. Welcome any return as an unexpected blessing. So just to dive a little bit deeper, on how you can practice and embrace these, I want you to add as much value as possible and as often as possible. I know more than ever we've been talking about giving value, right? It's clear that there is a direct relationship between the seeds that we sow and the harvest we reap. The amount of value we add to that determines the possible return. The fewer the seeds, the smaller the harvest. The more the seeds, the greater the harvest. So let me ask you this. Why do so many people sow so few seeds? That's great. Sow so few seeds. I know. It sounded silly when I typed it, but it sounded good at the time. Why do people not give more generously to others? Why do people not help others more? Everyone would like to reap a great harvest. I would, right? Wouldn't you? How can you hope to have a big return with a small investment? As leaders, we must stop wishing and start working and start doing and do the do we know we have to do, right? Instead of looking for that secret sauce of success, we must start sowing seeds of success. The next is to give without keeping score, so motives stay pure. Okay, receiving shouldn't be our motive for giving to people. Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna help. I'm just gonna say I'm helping Billy, and yeah, it's gonna benefit me, but that's not how I should look at that. We live in such a tit for tat culture. People are willing to scratch our backs if we're willing to scratch theirs. As leaders who add value to others, we should never keep score, right? Like, oh, I helped Em do X, Y, Z. She should totally be showing up any day now. No, it doesn't work like that. We should sow seeds because it's the right thing to do. That's the only way to be sure our motives remain pure. Okay, you can't just think, why isn't my team showing up today? That's not how it works. Any day we are giving us a good day, we should never keep score, right? anytime we're helping others, don't keep score. So remember when I said to welcome any return as an unexpected blessing? Okay, so going off of the farming method, we went from musicians to dancing to now we're farming. I got them all covered. If you keep sowing seeds and you do it while focused on the giving rather than the receiving, you will receive a harvest of unexpected blessings. You know just as well as I know that helping others is obviously the right thing. We may all be in this business for ourselves, for our own goals or our own purposes, but in order to grow and succeed, we must give value to others without expecting anything in return. As leaders, we believe in so much more. We believe in so much for every person we sign on that they have no idea they're capable of. So just put all that out there. Never keep score, okay, when you do stuff like this. Continue to plant your seeds. And one day before you know it, you're going to have yourself the largest harvest you could ever have even imagined. So what I'm hoping that you gathered out of all of this, other than dancing, musicians, and harvesting, is to make your shift from the soloist to the conductor. Focus on helping others be their best, not to make you the best, okay? To reach your leadership potential, and more importantly, to help others reach their potential, you need to make the shift from the soloist to the conductor. If you are willing to make that shift and do the work of leading others well, then you may have the opportunity to live a life where you can live out your dreams and passions. Listen, as I said earlier at the beginning of this, we all go through the shift from consultant to district, area, region, nation. I always say every new level is a new devil, right? But once you make that shift of it's not all about me, how can I help others? You are going to flourish. So turn that mindset from a me to a we, and you will become an incredible, incredible leader.